let's start from the top. Okay. I'm a high school student. I just graduated high school. I'm trying to figure out the world out there. So take me from the top. What advice would you give me on investing?
Wow. Wow. You said something, I believe, the very first video we did. What was it? You said the best time to invest was
20
20 years
years
ago.
ago. Yep.
How does it go? How does that go?
So the best time to invest is 20 years ago.
Yeah,
The second best time to invest is right now.
there it is. Yeah, as a high school student, you need to hear that. That's really important because you have something that people would love to get back, and that's time.
True.
You can either use that time to your benefit or you can use it against you, meaning, stay up 3 o'clock in the morning watching Netflix, wasting time, not really focusing on goals that you set for yourself, right? But as an 18-year-old, just out of high school, obviously, college should be on your mind. And if it's not college, you got to have some sort of path to go down. And the question was, should you invest? Short answer, yes. Long answer is yes, you should invest.
Yes or yes.
Yes. And the reason why is because what you want to do is speak with your elders, because I personally feel like your elders are time machines. You want to know how you're going to behave in the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You look at the people who raised you, you look at the people your elders who are around you, and you'll see that, hey, this is what I've done up until this point in my life, and this is what I have to show for it. And so I would encourage you to take a second, call up one of your elders, in the 40, 50, maybe even the 30s and up, and say, hey, how's your 401k? Or what's your retirement plan looking like? And then they'll go and say, I got this set up, I have that set up. Some will say, I don't even know what that is. And the question that you ask is, what could you have done at 18 that would have benefited you more today? And 101 or 110% of the times they'll say, I should have invested when I was 18. And as they're saying that, random people walking down the street will hear it and say, yeah, same here, I should have invested. And so that's where you get that 110%. So it's important to start investing today.
Why do we invest? Why do people invest?
Yeah, so investing, there's a common misconception that investing is just putting money into the stock market, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make up a definition for investing. You got your pen and paper?
Yeah, I'm going to write right now.
Yeah, there you go. So investing is basically taking your time and resources, mm-hmm. You're putting it into something with the expectation that you have more in the future. And that's all investing is. So you can invest your cash in stocks, right? You can invest in real estate. You can invest in yourself, working out, learning a skill. You can invest in others, teaching, right? All of that, you put your time and resources with the hopes that whatever you put in, you'll get more out of it when you come to take it out. Mm-hmm. That's what investing is, really. So it's not just the stock market. But since this video can't go on for 3 or 4 hours, we're going to mainly focus on the stock market. We may touch real estate or whatever you want to get into, but I want to keep it focused for the viewers' attention's sake.
Yeah, I really like it. I like how you mentioned different types of investing, but what stood out mostly to me was when you said investing in yourself. I think it was a quote by Warren Buffett. Your greatest investment in life is always going to be yourself, because guess what? They can tax the stock market, they can tax real estate, but they can never tax what's up here.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's why.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Trust me, Biden's gonna figure out how to do that. but yeah. But it's just empowering. Knowledge is power, especially in today's world. Knowledge is always power. You want to invest in yourself, get that education, like you said. Again, not necessarily going to school is a good start, but that's not the end. They call your graduation day commencement for a reason. So that just means you're exiting one stage of life, but you're commencing the next stage of life. So your education doesn't stop there, even though your schooling might stop. So you have to constantly keep educating yourself, keep learning, just to keep growing in life. So I really like that. What I've noticed is a lot of people, and myself included in some situations, we're kind of scared to invest. We're kind of scared to take that first leap of faith. Why do you think this is? Why do you think we have this experience and this fear of investing?
I feel like it's mostly the fear of the unknown.
Mm.
And when you go through any kind of change, you always fear that,
Mm.
regardless of what it is. But one thing that you need to keep in mind is after you've spoken to your elders and they tell you, hey, I wish I would have invested earlier, or I wish I would have invested this amount of time. I wish I would have done this or that. If you have a fear of not investing, you run into an issue of missing out on knowledge. So you have the choice of investing or not investing. If you do nothing, there's going to be a lot of forces that act against you to prevent you from achieving whatever goal you have over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So one thing you need to ask yourself is, all right, where am I today? And where would I like to be by the time I'm 30, by the time I'm 40 or 50? Mm-hmm. And I guarantee that unless it's couch surfing, you're going to have to find a way to gain that knowledge to put you in a better position. And so it's a race against, you're racing against time. And if you don't move forward with gaining knowledge, if you don't move forward with trying to grow, you are missing out on so many things, and you're putting yourself in a terrible situation for the future. So, and that's something that you have to get over, the fear of investing. And that's what we're here for, right? We're here to help kind of alleviate that fear and say it's okay. And also stop watching the news.
Oh, yeah.
One thing you really need to just turn it off. It doesn't help you. The only purpose for me, that's what I've noticed, is to get people riled up, get people in fear, and get people thinking the short term. You'll never see any news article or anything that talks about 5 years, right? A 5-year trajectory, 10-year trajectory. It's always what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow, what's happening next month. Stop it. Just stop doing that. There are better sources online than watching the news for your information.